Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dahlia. Today we are back on Cozy Oak, my all squirrel woodland autumnal island, working on another build today. Today is fun because we're building Nook's Cranny, and we're also going to be building Nook's Cranny in like the first stage of Nook's Cranny, when it's like a little tiny baby Nook's Cranny. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you are not already, make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment down below and like the video as well if you enjoy. And yeah, let's head over to the area we're going to be working on today and we'll get started with the video. So we're continuing directly from my entrance, actually from the left side. I'm working on this area right here. As you can see, I did mark exactly where Nook's Cranny is going to be. I've come prepared with the single mark of dirt on the ground, apparently. Anyways, let's get started. So today, like I said, we're going to be working on Nook's Cranny. I have a bunch of trees and the shop already in my pocket, ready to go. And I figured we'd start with the trees just to kind of get a general layout of how I want them to be placed. I feel like that's the best method of going about working on this particular island, just because I have to be planting so many trees. So I started with just planting some trees, and I've decided that there is going to be a path leading here upwards towards my res services, and then there's also going to be another path going left, because we're essentially at probably almost the center of my map at the bottom, so I still have quite a bit of space on the left hand side that we're going to work on. Right now there's just a bunch of villagers' houses there, so I'm going to be slowly in the process of moving them, because I've only done, I think, 2 villagers' homes so far in terms of decorating. So I still have quite a few to work on. 2 or 3. I actually can't remember. I think it's only been 2. I think I only done Sally and Pecan, or Sally and someone. I don't know. I've done 2 villagers that I know of at the top of my head. So we're going to be working on this path, and then we're going to be working on the Nook's Cranny and the layout for that. And I did, hello Marshall, how are you? I did place this path leading upwards to the res services area just so that I could lay it out and then place the Nook's Cranny directly beside it. So as you can see, my little path of dirt came in handy, I guess. And then we got rid of the dirt, and now we're planting more trees. Now, one thing I don't like about the fact that the Nook's Cranny, because it is in the smaller plot, you can't unfortunately put custom designs directly underneath the building, or right leading up to it, because it's considered like blank space for when the building expands. So unfortunately, that's like the one downside of decorating Nooks in the smaller version. But this is only actually my second time ever keeping Nook's Cranny in the small variation. I did keep it in the smaller version when I did my coastal island in the last island that I just finished in the last like couple of months. But I just ended up having that be like a beach build, so it was kind of like not really a plan build. It was more like, this is where it ended up, this is what I ended up working with. So it was fun to finally get a chance to really decorate Nook's Cranny and like create a build surrounding the small version of the shop. I love the small version of it. I really wish we had a small version of the Able Sisters as well that kind of matched it with like a wooden exterior, but oh well, maybe in the future. As I'm recording this, today is also the day of the release of the new Pocket Camp game, so let me know in the comments if you guys are looking forward to that, if you're a fan of Pocket Camp, and if you're looking forward to the new version. I do know that there's going to be custom design options. You can customize custom codes similarly to Animal Crossing New Horizons. So I'm not really much of a Pocket Camp person. I never really have been. So very fun to see other people be excited for the game. And if you're one of those people, then I hope you enjoy the game and that it lives up to your expectations.
I'm so happy and not at all jealous.
Oh, no. Oh, God, definitely not jealous.
So So I'm just adding a little bit more dirt path directly below this area, and I wanted to do a small outdoor kind of farmer's market, but not quite a farmer's market. It really just ended up kind of being like a plant shop, I guess you can call it, but it's just meant to kind of like be an expansion of the Nooks Cranny. And I debated doing a much bigger actual like farmer's market kind of thing, and maybe doing like a vegetable kind of farm connected to this area. And while I still like that idea, I felt like with the amount of space that I had right here, I wanted something a little bit smaller. So I ended up just keeping it simple with some tables and a couple of items. And of course, I did place some of the mushroom stumps around the area, and then did get rid of some of them while placing this custom design on the ground, but I'll add a couple of them back. So I wanted there to be somewhat of a deck underneath this area just so that it wasn't awkwardly placed, and it also gave a little bit more detail to the space, of course, by placing the deck underneath. So I went with this wooden deck, and then I'm adding my items onto the tables. Now, once again, like I said, this ended up really just being kind of like a plant shop, which is totally fine, and I just added different variations of some of the plants and other things to make it look like a plant shop. And it's cute. I like how it turned out. I'm honestly thinking about it now that I've said it as I'm doing this voiceover. I think doing an actual vegetable garden of some kind to the left of this area wouldn't be a bad idea, and I could possibly turn one of my villagers' homes into a little farm type build. If you didn't see my last video, I did make a barn slash farm-ish area, but I do know because this is a very natural, very foresty, garden-y farm core type of island, I probably will have quite a few different farm areas, which I'm totally fine with. But yeah, now that we're planting some of our trees, I'm adding also some shrubs as well, and just really starting to fill this space up. I like keeping the front part, or the bottom part, I guess I should say, of my builds towards the beach a little bit more full, just because I won't be decorating my beaches. So covering them with some trees and then adding some shrubs and other natural elements just to fill in the spaces is primarily how I'm taking up a lot of space on this island. I've come to the conclusion that this is going to be like much more of a natural island than furniture, which is fun, but once again a struggle when you're spending a few hours just planting a bunch of trees and shrubs and flowers.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad!
Which is fun, but like at the same time, yeah, it can get a little repetitive, but it's okay. I'm also loving the colors of the leaves, like in contrast, like the cedar trees with like the warm color of the hardwood trees is just such a pretty like color palette to me. And I've said this over and over and over again that decorating in the autumn months is my absolute favorite. I'm pretty sure I'll never get tired of it, and when the new Animal Crossing game comes out, I really hope we have the same cozy vibe, because I'm living for it.
Thank you. It's called manifesting. Look it up.
I do really love the added element of the mushroom items that I've chosen to utilize in this particular island, because I've never really used the mush items. So I feel like it's definitely different than any previous autumnal island I've ever done, because I've started to incorporate different items that I traditionally don't really ever use, and I really like it, you know? So I finished the general layout of the Nooks Cranny. Now I'm just filling in kind of like the backdrop, so that when I take photos and when you kind of see the final result, it kind of looks a little bit more full with some additional trees and stuff in the background. I'm also adding a few more barrels and wooden boxes around the space as well, just to kind of give a little bit more, you know, differentiation from the trees, just to kind of give a little bit more, just to be like, here's a bunch of trees, but also here's some additional items as well. But I'm really loving how cute and cozy and quaint the little Nooks Cranny looks. I love the Nooks Cranny that we get in the actual,
You didn't see anything.
like, full version, but having the little version is just so cute. and I really like it. It's like decorating with the Blather's tent when it's in this short form versus in the museum. It's just so, it's fun, and it gives you an opportunity to be more creative. It also allows you to do a more natural island, whereas when you have the buildings in like their full versions, they can look sometimes a little bit too city or too structured to really fit in more cottagecore, woodland forest core type of islands. So yeah, I'm really liking it. I also am adding a few more cliffs to the spaces around Nook's Cranny as well, just to once again add a little bit more height and just to make the final pictures look all pretty. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how this whole space came together, and I most definitely will be continuing from this particular area in the next build. I did leave the other section in my last video, the video before this, kind of on like a what am I going to do next kind of build, because I don't know exactly what I'm going to do in that space. So
I have no idea what I'm doing, but I know I'm doing it really well.
I feel like working on another section of my island is keeping the creativity going, and I'm liking working on this island as well as working on my other island simultaneously. I hope you guys are enjoying the back and forth going for the two islands right now, as I'm kind of figuring out how I like to decorate both of them. But yeah, we're coming up towards the end of the video. I really hope that you guys like the final build. If you haven't already, make sure to drop a like, comment down below how your day is going, what your favorite part of this build is, or what you're looking forward to seeing me decorate on this island. If you guys have any suggestions for builds, feel free to let me know. But yeah, I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to stick to the end to see the final walkthrough, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!